I kind of like the way this is phrased.
I'm just worried about that last bit, but I do like that first bit because no one should know Avarice Kane. Like, we talked with Milo about that, and he was like, no, like, he's been gone. So, I guess we knew Brass worked with him before, and that wasn't that long ago. You could time frame it to be like, have you worked with Avarice Kane within the last year or something?
Have you recently worked with the one known as Avarice Kane to conspire against the city of Eden?
See,
It is technically like they are conspiring against Eden, right? Like because their goal is to incite war.
not. I mean, that makes it dependent on how I feel about what I'm doing. If I think it's for the city of Eden to install Brass or whatever, then technically I could be like, no, I get inspired with him because
It isn't for. It's against.
It's the against is very that's subjective.
Well, I mean, literally killing the Emperor is not subjective. That is literally conspiring.
That would be conspiring against the Emperor. The city of Eden, if you thought it was better for the city to have someone else on the throne, I would say that I am conspiring for the city of Eden. Does that make sense?
It's still an admission, which is still an admission of guilt.
Oh, I wouldn't phrase it like that. I'd say, no, I didn't conspire with him against the city of Eden. And then I'm technically saying the truth. I just said I didn't conspire with him against the city of Eden. It's the whole, like, wish thing is you can finagle your way.
No, I should just make it... Instead of Eden, I should just make it Adam.
I like that, yeah. Because Adam is dead, like, for sure. Like, that was a... Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Solid. Okay.
Is Adam secretly still alive?
Well, I mean, if I say conspire, it doesn't mean if he's alive or dead.
Right.
Oh.
Unless he faked his own death and was in on it the whole...
Okay.
How deep does the rabbit hole go, Dylan?
Not activating that many brain cells at the time.
I mean, it's Adam, so he might have just made the rabbit hole link.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're ready. So do you have that list again?
Did you refresh or?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Do you know where you back? Hello. Oh, he's super muted. What the? Okay, let's chill for another minute, I guess.
Does one become super muted? Oh my.
Then, yeah.
Deafened, yeah. All right.
I hope he's not sitting there going, boy, I wish these guys would say something.
That's probably exactly what's happening. In the meantime, Dylan, what should I get from Domino's?
I don't know. I don't do Domino's.
Get some of those cinnamon things, the cinnamon desserts. Ooh.
I also don't really the cinnamon bread twist.
Yeah.
Solid, yes. Do that.
Yeah, I'll do it. And then for the main, like, actual food, should I get pizza, chicken, sandwich, pasta?
All of it.
Sandwiches?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
A lot of money, a lot of food.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
Next
no,
week we'll be like,
There's like a special where you can get like a sandwich and a salad, or you can replace a salad with like an antipasta.
There's a 10-inch one-topping pizza and one sandwich for $9.99. There's 3 or more large one-topping pizzas, each priced at $9.99.
that seems like a lot of pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm one person.
Yeah, don't go too big on there. You need to be out of your coma for next week.
Yeah. I didn't know Domino's had gluten-free options.
Mm-hmm.
Totally got up to walk around. Okay, so I think we're all good then.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Okay. All right. So you have the list. You have your question worked out. Let's go for it.
Eve's dad has a name, right?
Yeah, Sarkis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Count
Oh,
I
Sarkis
definitely
Milo.
did not know that.
We talked about it last week Monday.
Well, every time we've referred to him as Councilman Milo.
Yeah,
so-
because I
Sorry.
can't remember his first name either.
yeah. I actually don't remember how it's spelled. So I'm gonna do it like
Nathan, what flavor pizza should I get?
It can be whatever. You can make whatever
Ooh,
spell.
the chicken and what
I'm
is
gonna-
that? The white Alfredo is
Okay.
always good.
I'm gonna start talking now.
Do it.
okay.
Councilman Sarkis Milo, have you worked with the one known as Aberrus Kane to conspire against Adam?
No, I have not.
And then I'm gonna look at Eve.
Ooh,
And
good.
let's see. So like this is. They have to make like deception checks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if they're lying, they make a deception check, right?
Right. Well, I'm gonna roll it every time since the game, since it doesn't.
I'm gonna actually like when you ask him.
Oh
that,
my
I'm
God.
gonna like literally
Won't
just
let me
throw
jam
in
roll.
there.
Okay. I'm really.
Sorry, I'm just gonna throw in there. Did you know about his assassination? Like,
We've already covered this. They all knew that he had died.
There we go. There we go.
yeah, but I'm like, because he lied to me about it, so I'm just getting him to confess.
So I need to figure out how to turn like the. Do you guys see that roll? No, I guess you didn't, right?
Mm-mm.
No,
Okay,
that
good,
is
good.
private.
It's just question marks.
Okay. Just freaking out seeing the dice
It's-
fly across the screen.
Adam.
So anyway, it's fine. So he looks at you and he says, he looks sad at you, and he says, "I knew that he was killed. Yes."
That's all. Like a very cold tone.
Nods and walks back to his podium, and then it's Alram Chamble. Head of the banking
Yeah,
guild.
so it basically is just gonna continue with repeating.
Yep.
Captain Arlen Chamble, have you worked with the one known as Aberrus Kane to conspire against Adam?
Right. Yeah. And he says no.
So basically, I'm gonna ask Eve if any of these people are lying, as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess you could do my secret roll.
I say, I assume we're all
Okay.
doing as much help as we can for all of these.
Let me see. Let me pull up here.
I'm assuming Ludwig's not at the corner looking at a fern or something.
It's going to be
There's a
very.
butterfly.
Can everyone roll? Everyone who's helping for every one of these, I guess.
Good lord.
Um.
Can I just roll one flat one? Yeah.
Well, I can roll yours a bunch, right?
Yeah.
Secretly, but everyone who's helping, just go ahead and hit it every time, because you can know whether you're helping. I don't.
What are we rolling?
Perception, right?
Okay.
I'd say it is perception, right?
Oh my god, please.
Oh.
Mwah, chef's kiss.
All right, so we're just gonna hold that because that works. So let's see. Your father is not lying about either of your things. Chamble is not lying. Oh, I'm gonna lose the list if we just. All right. I'm just gonna.
Rudia Embis is
Yeah.
the next one.
Yeah, Arcane Academy. I'm just gonna roll these like outside in a. Yep. Okay.
I'll just copy and paste the list for you.
It's okay.
That really didn't work.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
the
you
list.
lost
We know who they
Like I
are.
said, I'm just like
Jeez.
hitting a dice roller outside.
Okay.
So, Viridian Embes, can I just go down the line? Is that okay? You can like ask additional questions if you want.
The only time that I think I would ask an additional question is if like Eve or Ludiger Sonus is like, this one's hiding something, or
Okay. So Verdia Embes says no. Commander Obulus Ducius, he says, let me see. What was it? Sorry, say the question one more time.
have you worked with the one known as Aberrus Cain to conspire against Adam?
I see. Let's see. So I think he steps in and yeah, when you ask the question, he says no, and it like kind of looks like he's it's like he's telling the truth, but he knows something.
Right, like he knows something, but like this question is asked in a specific way. I understand.
Yeah. So like, yeah. Eve, you're
Do I
like
know
looking at him,
something
and sorry, go ahead.
Do I know something's up?
So like he says no, and you believe him. Like you believe that he didn't work with Aberrus Cain. Yeah, you believe that like he's answering this question truthfully, but like yeah, you think that there's something like something about the way he says no. Like he sounds annoyed when he says this. I think that's what you pick up on. It's very subtle, but like the fact that this question is being asked.
I think I get what you're getting at. Real
Okay.
quick. I'm going to look at him, step forward, and say, "What is the name of the person who killed Adam, our former emperor?"
I think his lips twitch a little when you say that. And I think he looks at Calvin. He just turns and he stares at Calvin. And after a moment, he's like, Calvin Atant. He just says it. And like Calvin looks over, like looks wide-eyed. And do you immediately say anything to this spooked man?
Do I believe he's telling the truth?
You sure do.
Guards, arrest
Hold on.
him.
I'm gonna look at Solus, be like, "I got this." Draw my rapier and
Rest,
No,
split your
rest.
thing.
You have to let Sonus have this.
Oh my.
Oh, fine. You know what? I'm gonna look at Sonus and I'll be like,
You guys could just like fucking double RKO his ass together.
like,
as a-
honestly, like,
So
Okay, actually,
here's
before, okay, just, and I'm gonna look at him and be like, why was Adam killed?
wait, hold on, sorry. Let's see. So like he this is important, sorry. I think maybe you turn to start asking this question, and I think Calvin like drops to his knees and he's like, "No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I did not kill Adam." And he's like, hands are up. This is after he like looked to the door and like guards are already like stepping in front of the door. So like he knows he can't get out, but also he's like totally just it's like he's really freaked out. He's on the ground and trying to argue that he didn't.
Sonus would walk up to him, and like pull him up from the ground, and be holding on to him, and be like, Well, let me ask you a question you should be able to answer. Why, those 18 some years ago, did you sabotage me?
He, like, clamps his jaw. And he's like...
Sonus will, like, punch him in the stomach.
just... he starts to say something, and he's just like... Ugh!
Oh, Sonas, you should drag him to the zone of truth.
Oh,
Not yet. Why did Calvin Atant kill Adam? And why did you withhold this information until this very moment? Like, staring daggers at Dukius.
I think he just...
Like, rapier drawn, basically.
I think he says, he says... Calvin has an obsession with putting brass on the throne.
And how did you know that Calvin killed him?
So like, sorry, we're still going with that. I think, okay, never mind. Sorry. I have a shitload of rolls to make here. So he says, sorry, what was the question?
And how do you know that Calvin killed him?
Says, he confessed it to me. He told me recently all of these. He, sorry. He killed the councilman. Made an attempt on the investigating officer's life. He was scared that he was going to be found out, and he came to me for protection. Something about recompense for all of the votes he's thrown by my side. But I do not work with traitors. I was going to have him arrested and executed myself.
I'm gonna look up. Be like, Father, is there currently a law punishing those who withhold evidence? Especially concerning something as important as the assassination of our great country's most esteemed ruler.
I think he thinks for a moment. He says, I would say treason would cover it, mostly.
I'm gonna look at Solus. Your Excellency.
Tell me that it's weird.
Your Excellency, I beg you. Grant me the permission as your first act to execute this traitor right here.
Are you talking about Calvin or Dukius?
No. Dukius,
No.
who's currently standing in the circle.
I will have no blood spilt on my first day. We will have answers. But this session is not yet finished. Get that worm up in the get that worm into the circle.
Eve, like, lets out a really big, like, sigh of frustration. And, like, leans forward and whispers to Dukius. You're spared. But for how long? And, like, steps away.
Yeah. Sorry, one sec. Checking on something. I'm like trying to. Sorry.
Okay, actually, sorry. We're gonna still leave him for last.
Okay. There it is. There it is. Leave Calvin for last. Okay, so the guards are just
Yeah.
like holding his shoulders, basically. Let's see.
So now it's Sinecchio.
And I'm gonna say on the last thing that he said, by the way, you do detect that Dukius is again like behaving a little abnormally, basically. Like there's still something to what he's saying, but yeah, you're not super sure what it is. Anyway, so sorry, you go up to Sinecchio, you said?
Yeah.
So I think, like he's standing there in line and he's looking. Can you give me like a perception check? He's like staring at Calvin. It like looks like shock, but I just want to see if you get more out of it. He wants to fucking kill this guy. Like, you see his hand shaking, and like for a moment it like grabs like a longsword at his side, and then like he slowly releases it. And then he like steps into the circle, very controlled. And I think he kneels down in front of you, Solus. And he says, "What is your question, Your Excellency?"
Is he a counselor? What is
Yes.
he? He's like... Okay, so I guess it's a
Because
counselor.
you know, original
in
council.
Sinecchio.
Yeah, sorry.
Have you worked with the one known as Avarice Cain to conspire against Adam?
No. But I've voted with traitorous fools. Who did? And he's like shakes his head, and he's struggling.
I guess I just like tap him on the shoulder to like comfort him, and I kind of like urge him. I kind of like urge him to move on.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to be economic with my spells here.
Yeah. He stands up, and he's just like, just under his breath, just very shakily, he says, "Adam," and then like steps away. And then yeah, I guess it's
What, Numeri Titinius?
yes, she's much calmer, but also like staring daggers at Calvin. He steps into the circle and looks at you.
In question.
Yeah, she says, "No, I have not. Damn those to hell who did." And then, like, yeah, steps away. Canalus Sylvian steps in. Same question, he just says, "No." And then, like, there's like a flash jump to Oxala, stepping into the circle, also saying no. And then it's, like, I suppose it's just the guards, like, dragging Calvin into the circle?
Calvin Etant. Have you worked to conspire against Adam?
Yes.
With who?
With Avarice Cain. And under the orders of Commander Dukius, he says, and he, like, looks over. And, Commander glares at him. He says, "Worm." Then there's a moment, and then he says, a little louder, he looks around and he says, Lying worm. Although to Eve, he seems to be telling the truth.
Got it. Who he seems to be telling the truth? Kane or?
Calvin Aiton is telling the truth.
Gotcha. Just making sure.
Sorry, my brain is like going into overdrive right now. Can I make a society check
Sure.
on Dukia?
Yeah. What is the question you were asking? Like, what would you like to know?
I just want to see if like this is consistent with the way that he's acted throughout his life. Like if he actually cares more about Eden than anything else.
Okay.
Basically, if like the line of what Calvin is saying couldn't be accurate, right?
So, like, one, he's always thought that Eden should have more forces. Like, they are the strongest city right now, so why the hell don't they have the strongest army? I mean, they kind of do, but it should be... He thinks that it should be, like, 10 times stronger. There's no reason it's not. Other than, like, Adam, basically. So, there's that. He's always kind of, like, trying to work in the interest of Eden, as far as you're aware. But, like, yeah, he's a little warmongering. He wants a stronger army. It's pretty out of character for him to murder an emperor. Not a huge sample size, but that doesn't necessarily seem like his move.
I mean, like, generally you can tell, like, you can follow somebody's, like, voting and be like, okay, well, like, this is very clearly something you agree with, and, like...
Yeah. Right. Well, it's... Adam from the information you've gotten, very obviously died after a vote about expanding the army, basically. Expanding the River Legion.
I'm assuming we kind of step back from what Sonus was going to do.
I don't know.
I was just saying with like how the order of things, because it seemed like whatever.
I mean, I thought you backed down.
Huh?
I thought you backed down when he like threw himself to the ground and basically gave up. Like he was under the control of the guards. So you were quiet a long time while he was under the control of the guards while you guys were going through the questioning.
Oh, that's because I thought we were just saying that. Oh, like Calvin actually isn't being questioned just yet.
I mean, he's being questioned right now. They dragged him into the circle. Solus asked him the question.
Yeah, so then, okay, then at that point, Sonus would walk up, ask the question.
Oh, right, yeah, I'm sorry. You were asking about... All right, okay. Sure.
You're back.
Like, pretty much asking...
Right, because then you asked and then they were like, maybe bring him to the circle? And then it was like, went through the rest of the line or whatever. Okay. Sure. So, state your question again.
It's gonna be a two-parter.
Okay.
Wait, can in this... Never mind. No. Yeah, it's gonna be a two-parter. It is...
Technically, the spell just actively works against people trying to, like, intentional...
Okay, yeah.
This guy kind of biffed it.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it had to be a form of yes or no question.
Oh, no. I
Okay.
don't think so. Yeah, it's just about lies, so.
But anyway, yeah. Sonus would ask, why did you, like, conspire against me or sabotage me, and how did you do it?
Yeah. He glares at you He says, I needed the master's seat. You were a useful tool.
How did you do it?
You would have to ask Kane.
Sonos, kick him.
Okay. Can you give me like an unarmed I don't know how earnest the kick is, but if you're like trying to do damage, go ahead and give me the attack roll. I'm gonna say he's restrained. And yeah, you land a kick in his gut or whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And you knock the wind out of him. And you probably do some non-lethal damage, but you
Yeah.
can roll the, what is it, 1d4? Plus your strength. And yeah, he's just like, ugh!
So, why did you need the master's seat?
Okay, Sonus.
Yeah.
We need to find Aberus Kane.
I think Calvin looks up and starts talking anyway. He's like, this city is going to drown in this new world. With our gods gone, these wild spirits taking over everything. And that's basically his answer.
Yeah, Sonus is gonna go for another hit to essentially knock him out.
It's really
Do
hard.
1d4 at a time. Punch, punch, punch.
Oh,
No, wait.
But if you
come
want
on,
to just
man.
do an athletics check, and if no one stops you, I will see if you can just.
Okay,
Stop
actually,
me.
with Solus
Okay.
saying what he just did, I think Sonus would first. He would no, actually, Sonus, what he would do is he would go for a fake out, like get right next to Calvin, and like go for essentially, like punching him in the face, and then stop just short of hitting him.
Is there a fiery falcon around your punch?
Actually, it's wind because fire's weak.
Sonus punch!
Is that what Ganondorf uses then?
Yes!
Yeah, so Sonus would do that. I'm gonna roll intimidation just because.
While you're talking about that, are there other guards that kind of took the place so that Dukius can't just book it out of there?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, because he did just get accused, and
Right.
I mean, obviously it's possible to lie under this thing of truth, but
Yeah,
yikes.
I hadn't forgotten about him.
Yeah.
If that's what you're concerned about, I just like
or with
want to
just how
throw
we're
out
doing it,
the
yeah.
arrest these two immediately
Perfect.
Show
Um,
your moves.
because I know Eve really wants to stab someone, but I need to get at least an answer or two regarding Aberus from-
Right. That's gonna be Ludwig's as well, as he's just making sure that no one immediately dies when they need answers.
You guys are such cockblocks.
You'll have a chance.
Yeah, I'm kind of okay with letting you kill this guy, but not yet. I need him. Calvin Etant, you will tell me everything you know about Aberus Kane.
Oh my God,
What's up?
Brass is working with Calvin. Why would he push so hard?
I mean,
And
he
why-
is working with them, right? But like, that's fine.
It almost sounds like Calvin's a fanboy, which is
Yeah,
terrifying
think
in its
that-
own way.
I think that's more what's going on here, not necessarily.
Oh, a part of me still thinks Brass is like not good.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Nobody in this party is a good person.
Hey, wait.
All fucked up and evil. Just
Come on!
It's good.
Sorry, I'm not trying to speak outside of character too much. I just
It's okay. Is- So basically, now I'm just gonna start really grilling him for where is where have you met Aberrus Kane? I'm gonna get more and more specific about like the locations and like, but then I realized I'm taking a long time, right? And then I guards. Can please forgive me, Councilman Ducius. You don't mind if we hold you under our custody till we can get this whole matter sorted out, right? I mean, after all, you've been accused.
I think he's still staring daggers at Calvin, but he like looks back at you. He's like, I don't appear to have much choice in the matter. Then he looks back at Calvin. He's like, you should have thrown yourself out of that clock tower. And yeah, I presume I presume the guards like take him away.
I like the thing is like, I don't want him to be like taken away.
Sure. They shackle him and they will hold him.
It's just like a sign of good faith that like, if you are not found actually guilty of fucking killing someone, like, we will deal with you in a court of law. But if you are literally the guy killing people, like, I'm going to let you. Like, this is basically what I'm doing.
Okay.
let me at him.
I'm gonna look at
I will
Sophie,
say this
And
isn't.
then I do release the rest of the rest of you councilmen and councilwomen. You may feel free to stay, but I do
Yeah.
apologize.
I think they all like a couple of them like step back, and I think let's see. I think it's obvious-ish where this is going. Well, maybe not yet. I think everyone steps back, and no one leaves yet. So, yeah, what happens next?
So basically, I'm gonna ask him about places he's met. Like, I'm gonna ask him about where this guy, like, where he's met this guy.
Yeah.
This where he's Aberrus Kane. Any other names Aberrus Kane has? Well, I can't really ask about aliases. That's not exactly how the spell works. Because it doesn't work against withholding information.
I will be right back.
Okay. Yeah, there are other skill checks you can use to get information out of people. And then if they, actually speak while in the circle while you're trying to pry information, then the spell would work. But yeah, if you just ask like, where have you met him? He's like,
Sorry, I did not think this far ahead. In reality.
fair.
Do we want to go more general with just like the exact, like enough information that we could send the guard in after him?
No,
Or were you
I don't.
intending for us to go?
I don't believe that sending the guard is a good choice. It needs to be us, I think. we're actually more equipped for like fighting a wizard than
True.
think
I
it's a
sure
bunch-
wouldn't mind having the guard with us, but yeah, that makes sense.
Basically, I'm just gonna try and formulate like a line of questioning that gets us to where Aberrus Kane is staying.
Right. I think, like, right off the bat, like, if you ask where, you started to ask where he was, like, meeting Aberrus, right?
Yeah.
He was like,
And I can do intimidation checks or persuasion checks if you would like. Actually,
I think he's very forthcoming with the first question. He says, I was given he gave me a stone to contact him. Enchanted with something that allowed me to talk to him on occasion. And I would give him a meeting place and he would arrive. I do not know his location.
that's the only way you've communicated with him.
He nods.
Do you have the stone on you?
He, so, would you have directed them to shackle him in any particular way? Like, I think they just tie his hands in front if he didn't. And he'll
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't have been like anything weird or.
Yeah, so I think he'll like reach into his pocket slowly, and then he'll like pull, with both hands basically, pocket of his cloak, slowly pulls out like cups kind of awkwardly between his hands as like a stone.
I guess I just like grab it out of his hands really quick.
Yeah.
And I ask Viridia, can you do anything with this that might help me?
She thinks, tilts her head. She says, I can't find him with it or anything like that, but can perhaps mask your presence if you were to contact him. Make it seem like you were Calvin.
Perfect.
I think Calvin's looking around, and let's see. Okay. Sorry. Oh shit. 1, 2. That's awkward. So, Ludwig, you're the only one who sees this?
Uh-oh.
I don't know how far away you're standing.
Mm-hmm.
So are you, like, pretty close to this circle?
Standing where?
Like, with
how close I am
respect to
him.
Calvin, yeah.
I was not envisioning him being that close, honestly. I was
Okay.
kind of thinking he was standing a bit back. Mostly he was trying to keep an eye on Blevin, circling around, and keep an eye on Dukius as well.
Yeah. So he, like, reaches down. No one else sees this. Is actually pretty, like, the way he kind of, like, twists his wrists in the manacles is actually, like, pretty impressive. Kind of how he, like, reaches down without causing a stir, basically. Like, you barely notice the movement. But then he, like, reaches under his cloak with one hand, and definitely you see, like, the outline of a dagger. And he's, like, grabbed under his cloak. And he's, like, he goes to start pulling it out. And what do you do when you see
He
this?
has a weapon. Stop him.
Okay.
And so shout, and then just looking to see if I brought anything that would actually help in here.
Where is
possibly?
his sheet?
It depends if he has like enough time to do more than shout or not.
That's about
Okay.
Anything
then
more?
That's
Anything
what I'll
more?
do.
Roll, like... Sorry, this is kind of awkward, but, like, hit your initiative, and we'll see how quickly everyone acts here. Where the heck is Calvin's initiative?
That's just per. Oh, there. It is.
Perception, right? Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Calvin's... Calvin's initiative is a 10. So, you can definitely act first. Everyone can roll initiative to try to do something about this, I guess, if you would like.
What's happening?
Calvin is pulling out a dagger. Ludwig noticed it, shouted it out. Everyone roll initiative to see if they want to do anything about it.
Yeah, give me 1 minute.
I feel like literally everyone's going to be able to. He rolled garbage.
I guess how big is this room? Because that's kind of he'd probably just tell Blevin to knock him over if possible, but it
Sure.
kind of depends on the room size.
I hate to
Because
be
Blevin
this guy.
might,
Where is initiative?
if he's like up near the ceiling,
Hit
he wouldn't
perception.
be.
God, literally everyone. Yeah. So he, when you start talking about like masking your presence and like pretending to be Calvin, he pulls out this dagger, and like you see, Ludwig in particular, you notice that he's like trying to just, like kind of slow motion. You see him like pulling it up towards his own throat.
Oh, no.
But literally everyone goes before him, so just going down the line, Eve gets the first option.
Oh, you
First
bet
chance.
your ass.
And like, other than this, he's
How
mostly
far
helpless.
am I away from Calvin?
I feel like you were really close.
Okay. I literally just like, almost like in a flash, like,
He was telling him.
can I just execute him?
Yes.
I'm going to,
Or you can,
like, as I'm like running over, I'm gonna be like,
And
I'm gonna-
Ludwig
I'm gonna-
will know that this is accomplishing his goal. What?
Stopping him from. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, right.
no, that's not why Eve's going to kill him.
Right.
Okay.
Eve is like gonna yell over like, oh no you don't. If anybody's going to kill you, it's me.
Yeah, it's fair. So,
Before he gets a chance to even cut his own throat, I think my rapier's already in it.
yeah. I think there's, yeah, so like, we see like, I think we have it from like Calvin's angle here. That's like the camera. He's like looking down, he like grabs dagger, and it's like coming up, and then it like clangs against something and gets knocked out of his hand. And suddenly there's just like blood on his hands and like the dagger's in his lap.
And
he,
I'm like in his ear whispering, it's like, and that's for killing the man I loved.
yeah, his hands shaking. He like grabs the edge of the rapier and then like I think just falls off of it, right? And then like his vision fades. So yeah, you guys all just saw Eve like faster than this guy could stab himself in the neck. Eve comes up and like rapier through the neck. He drops his dagger. Blood like kind of pouring from his neck down his front and then onto the ground, and then he falls over.
And Eve just kind of like pulls her rapier out and just like kind of drops it, and just like literally just like starts walking out of the chamber. Like not even saying a word to the party, and be like, come get me if you need me. I'll be outside.
Okay.
Almost like leans over to it and is like, I hope he feels better.
Just as a cool like scene cut, do you guys want to take a break there? Quick, like one more time, and then we'll do the last like 45 minutes or whatever. Quick couple of minute break.
Sure.
Okay, cool. And yeah, be back in a minute.
Sonus is just mad.
Well, remember
I'm
that like Kane is the guy apparently. You didn't hear the details. But he was like, you'd
Well,
have
no,
to
but-
ask Kane how this.
So I think Sonus is more mad out of like he pretty much got the easy way out.
Fair. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I will be right back.